Hey there, Heather Ho, there's Jeff Gordon. Welcome me to another tribute to Her Majesty Queen Elizabeth II. We're live from Wembley Stadium for this fantastic boxing card with 6 matches from 6 different countries. So we had, what happened is based on the Cutter universe, the first universe, with the yearly fights and then all those tournaments, I've decided to have, of course, with the Nations Cup, I've decided to have the best boxers purely on record. The first fighter would be the best guy via record, like their winning percentage, to fight a fellow countryman at the weight class that he was at. So anyway, you see the odds are going good. So one fight is a pick'em, but anyway, it doesn't matter. So our first fight is between 2 New Zealand fighters, Otto Cribb and Barry Brown, both welterweights. At Wembley Stadium, Dean Stone, your announcer, Bruce McTavish, your referee, Marcosar Abenza and Ware are your judges, Moromi Alvarez, your ringside expert. So Otto Cribb, the all 12 round match. Otto Cribb from New Zealand, 4-2 in the universe. His hometown Sydney, but he fought for New Zealand. 18-2-2 Australian welterweight champion. His personal history: he beat Dale Hawkins before losing to Will Curley, and then he got through in a yearly tournament, losing to Terry McGovern by TKO after beating Jim Holloway, Belfield Walcott, and Peter Tukey. Barry Brown has yet to fight in his career. From Wellington, New Zealand. So yeah. Biography of Barry Brown, 27-4, Commonwealth welterweight title. So let's see who wins this one. So New Zealand, one of 6 countries to major contributors to the Commonwealth. So that's why we're getting these things.
One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 9, 10.
Tina Cribb KO Barry Brown. So the battle of the welterweights ends with Otto Cribb winning in the 7th round. So Otto Cribb, the welterweight, I should say. So Brown actually may have had crib. He didn't the punching accuracy, but one knockdown ends the day. The second fight is the battle of the lightweights, the Scottish lightweights. Ken Buchanan and Jim Bout, both great fighters in the 1960s. Frank Shane is your announcer. Generic referee, your referee. Harold Barnes, Manuel Falez, and Tony Castello, your judges. Mark Jones, your ringside expert. So let's take a look at these two guys before they fight. Ken Buchanan from Scotland, from Edinburgh, 5'7", 61-8 in real life, the WBA and WBC lightweight champion. In the universe, he lost to Alfonso Zamora. He beat Danny Lopez and Michael Spinks before being KO'd by Sukhothai. And then he beat Tevka Belbodi, John Mugabe, and Carlos Zarate before being TKO'd by Sergio Palmas. So, not too good. Jim Watt, 0-2 from Glasgow, 38-8. WBC lightweight champion. He lost to Curtis Cokes and Joe Buckner. So, yeah, he didn't really have it that well. Perfect. Last one.
The judges' votes are in, and here, ladies and gentlemen, is your winner.
So the scorecard, the official scoring is 115, 114 for Buchanan. Let's see. Two Scott's going toe to toe. Earl Barnes says 115, 114 for what? Manuel Velez says Buchanan 117, 112. And Tony Castellano scores at 115, 114 for it's probably Jim Watt. Buchanan. So Ken Buchanan by split decision. Big win for him. Well, the jabs did their job. 31-25 punching accuracy. Our third fight is Battle of Canada. Sam Langford, the light heavyweight. So it was light heavyweight. Charlie Boulanger stepped up and will fight Langford. Damien Pinto, your announcer. Herbert Earl, your referee. Barbara Perez, Larry Lozadilla, and Eugene Grant, your judges. Mike Hansen, your ringside expert. So the Battle of Canada, being the third Commonwealth country in this thing. Langford 10-1, the Boston Tar Baby, born in Cambridge, Massachusetts, went to Canada. Surprise. 203 wins. The world middleweight English title, the world colored heavyweight title, the world heavyweight French version, Mexican, Spanish. International Hall of Fame. 10-1. He beat Jack Britton, Lou Edwards, Jack Hare, Kid Williams, and Ezra Charles to get into the Tournament of Champions. He beat Danny Moyer, Miguel Lara, Floyd Patterson, Jock Dempsey, and Joe Frazier. Can you imagine in the qualifying round for the 32-man battle, he beats Patterson, Dempsey, and Frazier? But then he got split decision by Pete Herman, of all people. It was one of the worst losses I've ever seen and made me so pissed off. Charlie Boulanger from Winnipeg, anyway, 5-4. Career-wise, 116-22 Canadian heavyweight champion. Competed in the Olympics for us. He lost to Mickey Miller before beating Sammy Slaughter, Peter Scalzo, Gustav Rolf. Then he lost to Holman Williams. He lost to Jack Kid Burke. And then he beat Fred Henneberger, and Louis Firpo, a big KO of Firpo. Wow. Before losing to Barney Ross. So, yeah, he's had a decent career in this universe.
One, two, three, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
Well, Langford just said, "Screw you, buddy." It was a bleeding gash. Blanche probably was going to get DQ'd. I mean, the fight would have been stopped. But Sam Langford knocks out Belanger. Boy, he really got his aggression out that time. Punches, oh yeah, Belanger had no chance. His accuracy was okay, but that knockdown and cut did not help Belanger. So now it's time for the fourth nation, the fourth Commonwealth country, Australia. As Jeff Benish, bantamweight, faces another bantamweight, Jimmy Carruthers. Both of them were pretty good bantamweights back in the day. Back in their days, Henry Jones, your announcer, Derek Milham, your referee, Sequel Suarez, Jim Lobel, Louis Rivera, your judges, Andres Rat, your ringside expert. These two guys from Australia. Wales and England will be coming up next. But anyway, Jeff Bennett, the Marrickville Mauler from Sydney, Australia. 80s and 90s, 29-3-1. He was the WBC featherweight and super bantamweight champion, the IBF bantamweight champion, inducted to the International Boxing Hall of Fame, the World Boxing Hall of Fame. He competed in the 84 Olympics, but lost in his seventh professional fight. He won the IBF bantamweight title. Anyway, 8-2 in the universe. He beat Larry Holmes, wow, by decision, Henry Wharton and Thomas Tate, before being TKO'd by Asuma Nelson. And then he won 5 straight to qualify for the Tournament of Champions. Qualifying, he beat Sugar Ray Leonard, Steve Little, Carlos Santos, Eusebio Pedrosa, and Aaron Pryor, but a decision by the Argentine Sergio Palma. Jimmy Carruthers. See his stats. Biography in real life: 21-4, world bantamweight champion. Undefeated as a bantamweight. Well, he beat Piero Rollo, Jimmy Bivens, Phil Kim, and Vern Lester, and all that, before losing to Dave Sands, fellow Australian. And then in his second attempt to get to the Tournament of Champions, he beat Jerry Barnett, Billy Ernst, Dan Creedon, George Old Chocolate Godfrey, and Young Mitchell. But Tommy Ryan decisioned him in the qualifying matches. So yeah, these two guys are gotta get their first mission thing.
2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
I count. Brothers is trying to finish this fight.
Ladies and gentlemen, we have your decision.
The decision. There's some bleeding for finish on the lip, and Crothers' right eye is swelling. The unofficial scorecard says finish, pulled it out, 115, 113. But we'll see what the judges say. Suarez says 115, 113 finish. June LaBelle says 114, 114 even. Ooh. Let's see what Rivera says. 114. Oh, it's a majority draw. Who deserved to win? Let me think. I think by punching accuracy is finish, but Crothers did knock down finish and did give him a cut, so I think Crothers deserved to win. But that's what happens. Now we got the two Welsh. Well, they said Jam Driscoll was the better Welsh featherweight fighter. Welsh featherweight, so they have to find another featherweight, and it's Lenny Williams who participated for Wales in the World Team Competition, the Nations Cup. But anyway, Ed Darian, your announcer. Generic referee will be back to referee Albert Bennett, Richard Flaherty, and Bill Page, your judges. Max Davis, your ringside expert here. So both, there's Jam Driscoll, Peerless Jim, as they call him, the pride of Cardiff. 63, 4 and 6 in real life. Featherweight star, 6 and 3 in the universe. He beat Frankie Skull, Mexican Joe Rivers, and Memphis Pound Moore to get to the next round, but lost to Ezra Charles. But I think lost to, I forgot who lost to. I don't know. But he lost to Joe Gans his next match, and then beat Owen Moran, Kid Broad, and Les Darcy before losing to Jack Johnson by split decision. Anyway, Lenny Williams from Maystake, Wales, 33-3-1. He participated against Australia in the Nations Cup and TKO'd Michael Casitas. So, yeah, this is huge. Here we go.
One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
Oh, wow. Driscoll's in trouble already. What's going on?
One, two, three, four, 6, 7, 8, 9.
Yeah, Driscoll. Before we went. Williams is knocking out down Driscoll, and Driscoll is forcing him to have injuries.
One, two, three, four, 5, 7, 8. Ladies and gentlemen, we have your decision.
And it's TKO for Driscoll. Wow, you have 2 bleeding cuts on Lenny Williams. I wonder if he would have won. No, it was 36-74. Williams had the first 4 rounds, but Driscoll had him. So, Jam Driscoll wins by TKO. Lenny Williams had the first few rounds. He knocked down Driscoll twice, but in the end, he got a couple of cuts. And finally, we have Bob Fitzsimmons, the middleweight, against another middleweight, Harold Graham, being for England. So you have 6 different matches from 6 different Commonwealth countries. Jake Gutierrez, your announcer. Paul Thomas, your referee. Hank Majors, Millie Waleed, and Don Risher, your judges. Mark Samoji, your ringside expert. So wait, Bob Fitzsimmons, Ruby Robert, as they call him, one of the legends in England. Born in New Zealand, but his hometown was New Zealand. But anyway, he was 66, 8-4 in real life. World heavyweight, light heavyweight, and middleweight title. I think he was the first boxer to win titles in 3 different weight divisions. Wow, that's amazing. How this guy won world titles in 3 different weight classes. He was basically Roberto Duran or even Manny Pacquiao before those guys even existed. In the universe, he beat Sam McVay and George McFadden before being TKO'd by Charles McCoy. And then he went on a run to try to qualify for the tournament champions. He beat Mike Queenan, Eddie Mustafa Muhammad, Peter Jackson, and George Sidens before Tommy Ryan decisioned him in the final. And because of the 7-fight rule, he couldn't compete. Harold Graham, the bomber from Nottingham, 48-6, lifetime WBC International Super Middleweight title, Commonwealth champion. Personal history. In the universe, he beat Carlos de Leon, Gene Wells, and Jimmy Young before being decisioned by Bob Foster. He beat Antonio Espargoza before being TKO'd by Ruben Olivares. Then he beat Carlos de Leon for the second time and Frank Wisenbach before Jimmy Young kind of got revenge on him by KOing him. So he's done pretty well. Yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen, we have your decision.
And the decision, it's a TKO, bleeding cut over Harold Graham's left eye. That's it. Fitzsimmons wins, and he definitely would have won. Fitzsimmons would definitely win. So Bob Fitzsimmons gets the big TKO win over Harold Graham. So a big win for Fitzsimmons. So great job by him in this special one-off for the Queen. God save the King. That's for sure. I'm Jeff Diamond. I do.